Alright, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is more or less just going over the build that I've been using for doing Chaos 20 in the Chaos Chambers. I can show you that I am actually on that difficulty. I don't know where it's at, but right here. I can go up to 20. This is what I've been running for the most part. So running through 20, you know, this build makes it a little bit better. So what I'm running so far, weapons and things don't really matter, but I'll come that to a second. I'm a Spore Warden with a Spell Shot secondary, or flip those actually. I'm a Spell Shot because I decided to main that. 2 spells, this is a Buffmeister double up spell. We've got the 5 points for this for increased spell crits, gun damage, reload speed so I can reload a lot faster, ward restore increase because I needed that for progression. Same thing here, just needed for progression. Spell weaving stacks increased so that you get more of the spell weaving perk, which gives you more spell damage and everything like that, repeating cast chance. This one, imbued weapon, bonus damage for your weapons, self-explanatory. Bonus, this one makes it to where your, I think it's your spell does bonus gun damage or vice versa. And then gain increased gun damage per stack of spell weaving, which we have more. I think mine stacks up to 8 stacks of spell weaving. And then this is just more chance for crits and resets spell cooldown when on certain crits, which is rather often with the weapons that I use. Then over here we've got this to try to speed up your action skill cooldown, which would be Buffmeister in this build. Mushroom just fully maxed out the companion because it self-reses, so if you happen to not be able to get a kill, this can revive you. Then we've got gun damage, crit hit chances to increase this perk's chance, ability damage, which would be Buffmeister's damage, regenerating ammo just so I don't have to reload as much if I don't want to, but also bigger magazine so I can shoot more bullets. This one's just for movement speed, makes me run a little bit quicker. It's not super crazy. So for melee weapons, you're going to want either the Goblin Pickaxe or the Peg Leg of Mirth. Mine's level 12 because you're purely using it as a stat stick for Peg Leg and the Amped. That's the only thing I use this for. But if you want one that's a little bit different, because this one gives me movement speed and reload speed, so I can reload a lot faster. But if you want something a little bit different, you can go here, pick up gold. This gives you the movement speed, spell cooldown, and action skill cooldown. It's 6%, so it's 30% once you get all 5 stacks. And then this one, in my case, has a bigger amp. So I use this for when I'm like fighting bosses, and then I use this for just mobbing. And then my weapons of choice, I had this, but it did just get nerfed recently. But for now, that's there just because I'm looking for another alternative. Shotgun, because this shotgun just absolutely slaps. This one, because every time when you reload, it shoots out two fire wyverns that track the enemy. And then this gun just slaps. It's 87 times 4, and it's really fast firing. For rings, I've got more ability damage, which I'm planning to swap for a gun damage one. But for now, this is what I have to buff Buffmeister even more. This one's gun damage and pistol crit, which was for this, but oh well. Static charge. This one increased gun damage by 30% on spellcast, which will be constant if you can keep getting crits. Big capacity because I like big shield. I have this for Spore Warden and Stabomancer. It's mostly for Spore Warden, but I have a passive health regen and then a 25% increase to gun damage. So that's pretty solid. And then this I have Frost and Spore Warden because I was doing a Berserker Spore Warden, but I decided to swap. For spells, we have our Buffmeister. It's a chaotic 168 damage. Buffmeister, if you don't know, it gives you basically all stats are increased by a decent amount. And then because of the way Buffmeister works, when it's in your right slot, it gives the damage of your left spell to your weapon. So all my weapons get the 2714 increased damage added to them, which is really good on something like this or this pre-nerf. So we can actually run in here really fast. I'll do a Chaos 20 run just to show this off. open the portal. There we go. Alright, let's go on in, and I'll show you guys kind of how this build works. So basically what you want to do is, I'll use the SMG that I was talking about, this one, just for the sake of showing off. Alright, so basically, these guys are going to be weak to ice, so that's kind of how the gun fires. So you can come in, Buffmeister, spell, and then just go crazy. You see that movement speed that I've got going, which is pretty fun, and then you can just absolutely barrel stuff people. And then the build works better with guns that have higher crits. If you are running Stab-O-Mancer, highly recommend doing that, because I would have had I not started with Spore Warden, just because that gives you more chance for crits. I'll show you this gun now. Okay, get the old double cast. That guy's dead. And this gun breaks really fast, so you have to reload more often. But because of the wyverns, it's pretty solid. Here, let's shoot at some of these bigger health guys. And then I use both my abilities. Start shooting. The barrel killed him, of course, but occasionally on crits you will get an automatic refill of your Buffmeister and your spell. So you can rapid cast them if you use something with a little bit more of a higher crit chance. I'll use this even though it's not as strong as it used to be. And we can double cast. This gun's still gonna shred people even though it has been nerfed, because it's just a strong weapon overall. But yeah, so that's pretty much the build. I've been using this for Chaos 20 pretty much the entire time. I've tested out a few builds here and there just because I don't typically like to run the same build for long periods of time. But this one so far has been one of the ones that I've liked a little bit more than the others. Let's see if we can't get that refresh on our skills really quick. Reload my gun with a little squirt gun. There's the refresh. Then we can cast. And there's the encounter. But yeah, that's pretty much the build. I'm sure I could change it up with like Stab-O-Mancer, some higher crit chance things. But yeah. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the build. Try it out for yourself. If you do, leave a comment down below. I'm planning to be posting some more videos here now that I have been gone for a while. But thank you for tuning into the video, and I'll see you all in the next one.